So yes, like Deloitte people will start first, then simultaneously KPMG, GT, and then PwC. Let's start, guys. You can introduce yourself uh, with the company name.
Okay. Good evening, guys.
Yes,
Am
carry
I
on.
audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay. Good evening, guys. I'm Vini Satra. I have been placed in Deloitte, and that's it, right?
Yes,
My
yes.
specializations is marketing, finance, and BA.
Right. Cool. Harsha.
Good evening, guys. Why Harshudhar, and my specialization is finance and marketing, and I have been placed in Deloitte.
Then KPMG people, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, yes, fine. KPMG people, please go ahead with your name and specialization, whatever you have. Babita, start, please.
Good evening, guys. My name is Babita, and I have joined KPMG, and my specialization is financial marketing. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Hello.
fine. Fine.
Yes, Babita, we can hear you.
As you know, my name is Babita, and I have joined KPMG, and my specialization is finance and marketing.
Preeti.
Hello everyone, this is Sakshi.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Should I continue,
Yes,
Priyanka?
yes, yes. Sure. Go ahead,
Hello.
Sakshi. Yeah.
Okay. So everyone, this is Sakshi Sahu. My specialization is finance and business analytics, and I have been placed in KPMG. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Preeti Agarwal. I have specialization in finance and business analytics. I am placed at KPMG.
GT people. Sankita, you can start. Or
Yeah,
Ashifa.
okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Go ahead, please. Nagarjuna, go ahead.
Yeah, Nagarjuna, you can go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Nagarjun Reddy. I got placed in Grant Thornton for Audit Analyst role, and my specialization is marketing and finance. Thank you.
Good evening everyone, myself Sankita, and my specializations are finance and marketing, and I got placed at Grant Thornton. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ashifa Baker. I'm placed in Grant Thornton as an audit analyst, and my specialization is finance and marketing. Thank you.
So, anyone left? Okay, Sumit, you can start. Or Shriya, whoever there.
I guess
PwC is there.
PwC people are left.
Yeah. So, Sumit.
Hello everyone, this is Sumit Sagar and I've, yeah, I'm starting here.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sumit.
Hello everyone, this is Sumit Sagar and I've been with PwC as an tax associate and my specialization are marketing and finance.
Hello everyone present here. My name is Shriya Raj. I got placed in PwC. My specialization was finance and marketing. Thank you.
So I am Tirtharaj. I my
Hello
specialization
everyone,
is
I am Devu
finance and
Lakshminarayana.
marketing,
I got
and
placed in PwC and my specializations are finance and marketing.
yeah, sure. So I will call upon the I three people. That's Babita and Vinny. You can share to each two company and what are the criteria you can like tell. Babita, you can take the first two, and Vinny, you take the second, last two. Fine. You just have to say what is the criteria this year.
Well, Tirtho, yeah, for Deloitte and KPMG, I would say the criteria have been same over the last years. It is going same only. And if the companies want to have any changes, then they that will be mentioned in the circular, right? Because we haven't seen any changes now. Like
Okay.
yet we haven't seen any changes.
So, what are the criteria? Can you just mention once? Hello.
Vivi, could you take that up, please?
Okay, we can do this part little later. Fine.
Uh,
If there is a issue,
Hello.
yeah. Vinny, go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, so for tax, so for Deloitte tax, like the basic graduation criteria, you should have MBA in finance, like finance specialization is mandatory. Also, like for graduation, you should have BCom, BBA, BMS, BBM, and PAF, like which is on the commerce side, nothing on science background.
Okay, cool. And percentage criteria? Is there
Is
any?
like that is for Deloitte, and
And for KPMG, you need to have BCom.
no, there is there is no such percentage criteria like over which is set out by like which is given to us by the companies themselves, like when we give the data, companies sort out the data and keep a percentage criteria according to the batch. So depends batch wise what is the batch strength and what the criteria they want to keep. So it can be 50, 55, 60% overall, or maybe it can be just for graduation, they keep a percentage cutoff. So it depends on the company and like the batch which company is getting and the interested students they are getting. So that's how they go forward. And also for Deloitte, like we fill out, they have personal like resume which we fill out on their site itself. So on the basis of resume also they sort out people. So that is for Deloitte.
And for KPMG, the process is same. The data is being sent to the company and they sort out the data. And basically this year it was only BCom. So likewise I said it changes year to year and criteria changes year on year. So this year it was only BCom. And percentage they check and they sort out the data according to their this.
Okay,
Also
cool.
for like GT and PwC, mandatory PGDM like in finance is mandatory. And other than that, for graduation, They prefer BBA, BMS, BCom, commerce background basically.
Yeah, and for
And
PwC
also
there is a
percentage should be
fifty
more than
percent.
60 percentage.
Yeah. So for
Yeah.
GT,
First
this is
criteria
more than
was that
sixty
only,
percent.
that more than 60% should be there
No,
in all
it's not
fields.
like not for not 60% for all. Like it depends on the company. Like for PwC, it was 50% in graduation and
Yes.
across academics. So
Yeah, in
yes,
GT it was there 60%.
Yeah, so basically for GT it's 60% across academics, and for PwC it's minimum 50% across academics, and they should be from BCom, BBA, and BBM.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, these are the criteria for the company Deloitte, KPMG, GT, and PwC. So for Deloitte, KPMG, and PwC, the role given here is tax associate, right? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, for
yes,
Deloitte
yes.
KPMG is tax associate. I am not sure about PwC.
And
For
for GT
PwC
it's
also
for
it's
audit.
tax associate, and for GT it is audit.
Audit.
Yeah, this year GT was only for audit, but last year it was for both tax and audit.
Tax
So
and
we
audit.
cannot predict based on that. So this year it might come for tax and audit both.
Yes, that you are audible,
Yes,
but I
so
think
you're
you are
audible.
getting response really late.
Yeah, you. I think there is some network issue at your end.
So, hello.
अरे भाई कुछ बोलो.
We can do one thing. We can just take up the questions which was given in the group, and each one of us can take each question and just can say about that. And if anyone wants to add, they can.
Yes, Tirtha.
Yes, take throw.
Okay, should we discuss like how was the process and how were the rounds for each of the companies?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I think first
Yes, yes, you
Deloitte
can
people
start.
should go ahead.
Okay, so for Deloitte, we I'll tell the Versant round. First we had Versant. After that, after clearing Versant, and the Versant is from the company side itself, and then there was Apti as well. After clearing Apti, there were three rounds which happened on the first day. And Harsha, please, could you explain those rounds?
Yeah, like after the after clearing the version round and after completing the apti test, we have a three rounds on the final interview round. First one was like HR round, and the second one was technical round, and the third one was final interview, which consists of both HR and technical questions.
Yeah, it was kind of stress round, the last round.
Yeah, like maybe it depends completely on the interviewer. Like it depends upon, it is not stress or not, it is depends upon the interviewer. And talking about the hard level, in my perception, in my view, I feel the version round is very hard rather than giving a interview.
For me, the overall process wasn't very tough for me, but then for me, uh, apti round kind of, and then like the interviews, there were a couple of questions which were tricky, and even my technical round was almost for an hour, so it was pretty long. So that was kind of, there were a couple of tricky questions there. So that was our Deloitte interview. I think we should go ahead with KPMG.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, you are audible, Preeti.
Yeah, before we move ahead with the KPMG process, there is two queries regarding Deloitte. First is what is the portion of aptitude and how to crack person.
How was the question? Can you just discuss that more?
Yeah, first question is what is the portion of aptitude for the Deloitte process? Can anyone Deloitte people can please take up?
Yes, Tekla.
Harsha, could you please take the lead?
Harsha?
Can someone else take the lead because Tirtha is having a network issue and his voice is really coming late. So Harsha, can you
Preeti, can
please
you
take the
repeat the
lead?
question? I'll answer for Deloitte.
Yeah, the question is what is the portion of aptitude? The first question is this, and the second question is how to crack person.
So for aptitude in Deloitte, there were like couple of sections. One was LR, one was no, like one was I think Excel round. There was one Excel. There was tax question on finance. So the portion for Excel, it was pretty simple, like some shortcuts which you should know, and some basic formatting, which what is the easy way to do it, and what key like which keys do what function. So that was for Excel. For tax, it was pretty simple, like direct and indirect taxes, and what the specific terms mean. So it was basically like what we learned in BCom and some of the brushing up of basic topics would do for tax round. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah, yeah.
If anybody wants to add anything, please go ahead.
I guess no one is going to add anything. The second question is how to crack person. Tips to crack person.
Like, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, Harsha, you're audible.
Coming to the WhatsApp round, like I have prepared using the YouTube videos. Like in YouTube videos, there will be a channel like Clear Sir. So I have practiced many videos from their videos, and also I have practiced some of the English speaking and listening skills through the Nguru app, which we are used in the first year. So these are the two things which I have used to crack the version. Other than this, like I haven't written any.
I would also suggest like watching some movies, like English movies without the subtitles. That is like a basic startup or like warming up for your English skills and like because in a version like the basic crunch is picking up the accent, so that would really help.
So if
So if
someone
someone
does not get
does
the
not get
question
the
in
question
version,
in version,
so
so
how
how
one should
one
respond?
should respond? Like, is
Is
all
all
over,
over, or
or he can continue with the next question?
See,
See, so
like it is basically if you don't get the Harsha, please go ahead.
no, like I didn't get the question.
like
So,
if
like, if
someone does
someone
not
does
get a
not get
single
a single
question,
question,
okay,
okay, like
he's not
he is
able
not
to
able to
read
read
the
whole the
question. So
question. So
how
how he should respond?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So I am asking, suppose in a person test, one could not get the reading or writing, and he just missed that, he or she just missed that. So how he should proceed?
See, the
Yeah.
basic
Very. Could you take that up? Yeah.
yeah, so basic reminder is do not panic. Whatever you do, like if you miss one question, that's okay. You can move to the next one. But if you like fumble and panic in this one also and next one also, it would just like reduce your chances of getting a good mark. And in Versant, since it is everything is technology based, so the point is that the computer should understand what you are speaking, so be very clear, be very like not loud but be audible, do not be very in do not say in very hushed voice, so be very audible and loud and clear in whatever you are speaking, so that would just uh like increase your chances of getting a good marks, that I think. And also if you do not get a question or you don't just like skip that one and move to the next. There is nothing you can do, right?
Right. So if in the case of after the percent round, that's a Apti round, right? So in the Apti round, you have said that there is a Excel round and basic formatting is going good, right? So is there everything basic that one should know, or is there something else like some tricky question that you never heard of?
Yeah, there were a couple of tricky questions since the whole question paper, like not everything would be easy, okay? There would be a couple of tricky questions, there would be medium like difficulty, and there would be easy. But then the whole thing is that practice, know everything that you can, practice everything you can. If you do not understand, skip it. And since there is no negative marking, so you can at least try and attempt and move ahead. So there were a couple of in Excel, there were a couple of questions which were tricky, but since I knew most of them, so it was easy also. So yeah.
Yeah. So can we go ahead with the first round of the Deloitte? Like how it is, what kind of question they are asking, and simultaneously second and third round.
Harsha, do you want to take that?
Yeah, okay, Green, I can. Coming to first round of Deloitte, like it is basically HR round. The questions will be like self introduction and like which location are you willing to take for the company. And one more thing, like if there is any gaps in the academic career, so they will ask like what is the reason behind that gap. So they will ask us to explain that. And one more thing is like they will ask for like, are you capable of doing in these kind of locations? If not, they will ask for what is your preferred location. So these are the basic questions in first round. And coming to the second round, it was pure technical round. Sorry. So the questions will be basic on the basis on the accounts, tax, and finance. And sometimes the interview may ask you as well as situational basis questions. So second round is completely a technical thing. And coming to third round, it is a
Can you
stress
give
round.
some
So
examples on this, like the second round? Uh,
coming to the second round, the technical round, the questions will be like general entry for purchases or the deferred tax. So the important question was what I observed in our rounds was like deferred tax. They're asking mainly on deferred tax. So general entry for deferred tax and treatment, accounting treatment for deferred tax. Um, and one more thing is situation questions like if we purchase an asset, so what is the impact on the financial statements? So these are some of the technical questions in accounts. And coming to the taxation, they will ask us like how would we calculate income from house property. So they will ask us to explain the format that we follow to calculate house property. And one more thing, they will ask about the slab rates. And main thing what they asked in our rounds was like, tell me about new resume, a new tax resume. So they have asked these kind of questions in technical round. And coming to the third round, it is basically a stress round, which is a combination of both HR and technical questions. And stress questions will be like, they will ask like if you had a war with your one of your colleague, so how can you deal with that situation? Or else like the colleague took a name of work on his name, behalf of his name. So how can you deal with these situations? So they will ask these kind of situational questions and somewhat both HR and technical questions. So overview of the three rounds that we have undergone in Deloitte.
Vinny, do you want to add some questions that you remember from your interview round?
So for me, the technical round, there was this question where he asked me that uh, he asked me everything about direct tax and indirect tax that I know, and then he asked me, what do you think is better, direct tax or indirect tax, with the viewpoint of government? So that was like kind of tricky question which I felt because I never thought from that point of view or that perspective. So yeah.
Yeah. So, how you should give someone like your junior advice that if someone don't know an answer, so how he or she should respond on that thing? Like strictly direct no, or is there something she or he should attempt?
From my personal experience, like if there was a similar case happened with me also in my interview. So there was obviously there was a point where I did not know the answer. So I very subtly said that I'm sorry, I don't know the answer, and then interview appreciated my honesty, and then we move ahead with different in a different direction. So that is my personal viewpoint that if you do not know an answer, like very politely just say that I do not remember at this moment or I'm sorry, I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. We will come back after we go ahead with the other people. So, KPMG people, you can now start. So, how is your experience in the interview? What should be the critical question that you have faced, and what is your suggestion to the juniors? Go ahead, please.
Shall I directly come to interview or we can talk about other rounds as well?
Yeah, from the very first round, wherever you are going for KPMG.
Okay, so after CV selection, we were told that we need to give we need to have a group discussion Usually it happens, but for our batch, number of students were really less who could clear CV round. So we directly moved to aptitude. I would say aptitude was pretty tough because there were 7 8 sections, and we had sectional cutoffs. We had to write an essay also between the worst 250 to 400, then basic version rounds, English communication, finance related questions, and logical reasoning. We didn't have any particular section related to taxation. And after that, this aptitude, we had interview rounds. There were 2 rounds, technical and HR. I would say interview was pretty chill for KPMG people because we were only 4 of us, and maybe they wanted to take all of us, so they were very chill. No technical questions as such, basic accountings, and that's it for me.
So, like
Yeah, I would
for the
also.
FT round, you're telling that it's kind of hard, right? So, how one should prepare for the KPMG FT? Like, it's not only the basic, right? It's something much more than what
Yeah,
Deloitte
yeah,
people tell. So, can
it
you
was very
just
tricky.
give the questions, like kind of questions?
Yeah, questions I don't remember, but the aptitudes were very tricky. You had to do some calculation as well, and the options were very confusing. That I would say. And basically, many people were not selected in the aptitude because we are supposed to write essay of 200 words. So one should be very careful in writing the essay. There should not be any spelling mistake. You should not press the backspace or delete button much because the computer will understand that you are deleting or you are changing something. So whatever you are typing, be slow and be steady and type that word and just frame that sentence in your mind that you are sure about that and then type. And many people, I think, typed very few words, so we were not selected in that round. So be sure that if they have given you 200 words, make it 200 or more than 190 words, I would say.
So, how have you prepared for the KPMG FT? Because it's hard. So, from where you can one should go with ahead, like any internet
Yeah,
website
for
or
as for our batch, so only BCom criteria was there. So only 21 people were there in BCom, and out of 21, only 4 could clear the apti. So there was no such CV round. I would just like to correct that. There were no such CV round. Only basis of apti, as 4 people only cleared. So interview was very chill. We didn't had any group discussion because of the very less number. And for the aptitude, it was very like you have to have the basics. The basics should be very clear. That I would say.
I would like to add one more point here. I wear BBA, and the shortlisted people only from BCom, not from BBA. Initially, from the circular, they have told BBA and BCom, but after that, only BCom people were shortlisted.
No, Jobu, I would correct you there. From the KPMG, we got only BCom, right? We
Yeah.
only got the BCom people should apply, but ma'am thought ma'am will talk to them for BBA people. So we released the circular for both BBA and BCom because ma'am was pretty sure that they would agree. But after talking to them, they didn't agree. They said, no, we are hiring it for a good process, so we need only BCom people. They were pretty clear on that. So ma'am couldn't help on that part. But anyways, on the last year as well, and ma'am tries and BBA people gets chance. But this year it was very critical. So that is the reason BBA people could not apply. It was not a mistake. It was done intentionally.
Okay. But last year also they have
clarification.
taken in. Yeah, last year also they have taken BTech people, right? I mean, just a correction. Last time BTech people were only the people who have 269 as a specialization in MBA, they can apply for KPMG, right? Last year, according to last year. This year
That's
the
what I'm
pattern
saying,
changed,
Jogu.
right?
If the company changes their condition, whatever the company keeps the condition, ma'am process that information to the batch. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what we did. If this year KPMG was quite very much in condition and it was very critical on their part, so we also couldn't help, right?
Yeah.
So, is there any website or books that one can prepare for this kind of hard aptitude round?
I would like to take up this question and say that I used IndiaBricks website to prepare for the aptitude. And since the questions were, there were four sections: financial accounting, logical reasoning, English comprehension, and write an essay. Write an essay, I did not prepare for it. It was, there was a time limit. If you have a good hold on English, you can do it. So that English comprehension and financial accounting, logical reasoning, I would say that the level was from easy to medium, and you can prepare from the India Bricks website, or you can, if you need clarification on a particular in a particular topic, you can go to YouTube and search for it. There are a lot of educational videos that will help you clarify. I also took help from the friends who were good in accounting, in this aptitude and stuff like that. So for me, it was YouTube, India Bricks website, and friends.
Yeah, thank you. Anything want to add, like from the KPMG people?
Yeah, there was a very unique round in KPMG which was related to psychometric. In this, we were given situations related to management or office related situations, and there were five options in that. It was not like we have to select a right option, rather, we had to rank the best and the worst option given from them. And it was not a very simple or direct questions, it was very tricky, I would say. And such questions totally depend on your mindset, and once you start practicing, you realize that what kind of questions they expect. So I would say ki, when if you are applying for KPMG, also practice for psychometric. Don't think ki it will happen, I'll just read the options and clear all those answers. These type of questions need practice, and you must practice it regularly along with other rounds.
I would agree to what Sakshi said. Since we were fresher, it was quite difficult because we have no idea what a corporate life is. So it was difficult answering that question, and there is we don't know what is right or wrong. So we need to practice that.
Yeah, and for Deloitte, there was first version round, and if you clear the version, then only you can go to the apti. But there was no such thing in KPMG. The version round was all together with another questions, and yeah, there was, I think there was sectional cutoff. I don't remember actually. Could you correct me, Preeti or Sakshi?
Yeah, there was sectional cutoff. There was no negative marking, but sectional cutoff was there.
Okay. Yeah.
In the version, it was speaking, hearing, and listening.
Typing also.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go to Deloitte people again because there is a question. Are you guys there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So in the Deloitte process, if you clear the version for FT round, you get another chance. Am I right?
Another chance as in?
Uh, like if you are not clearing the FT round, there is another chance to clear the FT round. They
No,
give another chance.
no,
I
I do
think.
not. Like I'll correct. Let me complete. So what happened in our terms? Like there were a few people. Say in Deloitte as well, there is sectional cutoffs for three different sections. So if you do not clear the sectional cutoff, you do not proceed ahead. And for our batch, since there was a lot of technical difficulties, we were all of us were at home. Most of like there were a couple of people. I was also among one of them who did not clear a particular section in that sectional cutoff. So if the sectional, like there were, like if you are missing from 1 or 2 marks to clear that sectional cutoff, Deloitte people gave, considering the situation right now, they gave a second chance as well to clear the section. If you don't, like if you were missing on two sections, like there was a huge gap in clearing your section, then they, like the second chance was not given. But if like from 1 or 2 marks or 3 or 2, for example, if the margin was very less, then the second chance was given. So that was the thing, and that's why we got a one more chance to clear that section particularly. So we were not able to give the whole test, only particular section.
Okay, cool. Another question is that in the Deloitte there are three rounds, right? So there are
Interview
three.
round or apti?
No, interview round. There
Yeah.
are three. Yeah. So in the three-round interview, there is also a process, right? Someone also gets rejected in the very first and the second round. Can you just
Yes,
elaborate
yes,
on that? Yeah.
yes. So, like after every like HR round, technical round, there were people like who were getting eliminated mid rounds as well.
Right. So it's basically very important to cross each and every round.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
Whatever you have like completed your version and that round. Okay. Now, thank you. I will go to the GT people. So GT people, you can go ahead with your process.
Yeah, for GT, there was no Western kind of rounds. They had started with group discussion and then interviews. And interview consists of two rounds. One is technical, and second one was combination of uh, technical as well as HR and resume. So this was the process they had conducted, and I would like to discuss about group discussion. Coming to group discussion, they selected the certain topics related to economy and business impacting on economy. Those kind of stuff only, not related to any behavioral, any other kind of stuff. The
And
just
also
related to
current
economy.
situation.
Yeah, current affairs related to economy.
Yeah. So also the case studies, right? Kind of case studies.
Not case studies, normal how one use or one particular situational impacting on economy.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
The
Yeah.
particularly
Go ahead.
they had went with the topics, and from each GD session they took uh, an average figure of 2 or 3. Then those people got the first interview mail. And coming to my interview experience, first interview was fully technical,
Just a minute. In the uh, group discussion round, can you just elaborate
Okay.
whom they are taking? Like those who are speaking too much, or those who are loud, or just those who have the point?
Okay,
Can you please elaborate?
I will disclose in deeper. Yeah,
So now
Yeah, I just want to like listen from
yeah.
all of you.
Yeah, online GD is quite different from offline GD. Offline GD, anyone can speak at any time. Any can interrupt in the middle of the topic. But coming to online GD, everyone has to speak at least 1 minute. Everyone will get chance. Then after completing everyone, they will give one more opportunity, and it is voluntarily come. Anyone should come and should point out 3 unique points. Then after that, everyone should conclude. So this is so they went like this just for a clear understanding of the panel discussion. No one can interpret. No one can come in middle. So if we talk any new points in the topic, they will consider you. They are taking some good. They grab some good points. So they will select on that basis. This is what like went in my GD, and I was selected in the GD. So this was the pattern of the GD in online GD. And Asifa, would you like to share your experience?
Actually, one point I would like to add here, that is, as you have already, Nagarjuna have already mentioned that online GD is really tough as compared to the offline GD. But I would suggest that if somebody not getting any chance to speak out, then in that case you would like you need to summarize. You can summarize the point that people are taking up, and don't be think like that people are talking and I'm quiet, what will gonna happen. But it is very attractive when you are taking the lead and when you are summarizing the point that your friends is telling. So I think this will be the good option.
Yeah, yeah. Or in group discussion, you have to give chance to others also. They seen that also in our GD. Because in our GD, most of the online students they face network issues also. So they were seeing the as a panel discussion, and if you help others also, they are seeing that also. So think about that. and try to be interactive and try to be strong enough as a personality. Try to show them that you are a strong personality and strong candidate for that position. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
also
it.
what I remember that in the GD they have given chance to everyone. So,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe possible there one person take 3 to 4 opportunities. That's different issue. But there is no one such that you will left behind. Like
No, no,
Yes,
no. In
yes.
our case,
yeah,
there were nothing.
In our case,
Yeah,
most of
there
the
were
time,
no
go ahead.
opportunity for everybody. Like everyone started their own point of view, and it was very tough to like show your point that is there in your mind. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I got this point that summarizing my friend's point, and it works for me.
And
so
usually in
so
online, yeah,
yeah, go on.
yeah, usually in online GD, so many people are repeating the same point in a different way. So that's why the panel member, that's why uh, they had asked that uh, again voluntary should come and should speak new point. So you should come up with a new point, new factors, new kind of advantages, disadvantages. Then there is a high chances selecting for you. This is what I observed.
Basically, they are not judging you that on the based on the knowledge that you have regarding the point, the point that they have raised. The basically they want to see that how much coordination that you have in your site, and how you are managing things, and how you are helping your friends to speak out. And I think these are the main point of GD.
Okay, so go ahead with your interview round experience. How it went?
Yeah, in my case, first round was fully technical. They started with some basic HR questions like, tell me about yourself, what are the, like, what is your strengths and weakness. Apart from these, they fully asked about technically, about basic accounting, finance, and some audit related stuff. Uh, for finance, they are asked about depreciation, uh, ratio analysis, working capital management, these kind of basic questions. And also apart from these, in between they're pointing out you what you had written in the resume, you know, like from interview, from internship, and any life projects if you had. So from that also they're considering and they're asking some questions. So my interview duration was nearly 35 to 40 minutes. It went very well, very good. And if you should be confident enough. That was my overall experience. Yeah, Sangeeta and Rachana. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so what
Yeah.
kind of audit question can you just elaborate, and from where one
Yeah,
can read, or like
yeah.
how to
For
prepare the
audit,
mindset?
audit questions, they first asked about the nature of the audit and who's supposed to conduct an audit process, and also tenure period of an auditor. Uh, they asked these three questions.
Yeah, and they
And
were mostly focusing on the basic questions and journal entries, mainly journal entries. First, they asked simple journal entries, but later, as a rapid fire question round, they asked journal complex journal entries. Like if I can't remember now, but deferred entry transactions also they asked, and complex entries. Yeah, mostly complex entries. So they are focusing journal entries also and try to get basic knowledge. They are judging on that.
In my case, they like the interviewer tried to confuse me with a various type of journal entry questions. So be very sure about the answer that you are giving, and if you are not aware of the answer, please consider it that aware of the answer. Don't overlap, don't try to overlap. It would not result in good. So I would say be very clear with the resume that you have showed. And as Nagarjuna and Ashifa has already mentioned the basic question, I would say grab 11, 12 accountancy book and go through the all journal entries, and very specific, very clear. Like you need to very clear about balance sheet and other things. So it would be good for you.
And be clear on your resume because they are asking questions on complex questions during your internship, what you have faced challenges or not. So like they asked me like if you will get I was doing like an accountant. As an accountant I worked as an accountant in Medimax Pharma. So they asked a complex question like if you will get do a wrong entry in your system, then how you will manage that with your superior. So try to know things properly with your interview rounds during your internship. So get clear on that also. Be clear on your resume. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I would like to discuss about second kind of second round. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, second round is a combination of technical HR and resume based questions. Mainly, they will check on you are perfect for this work culture or not. So they will ask some situation based questions. Based on your answer, they will judge you that this kind of person is fit to our work culture or not. So what generally it depends upon their company work culture and values. So GT values are like collaboration, agility, responsibility, this kind of stuff. So considering this point, they will ask about how you will collaborate with during these projects. Like they ask like that me. So this kind of typical behavioral questions. And also apart from this, they ask some technical questions like what cash flow statement. And also they had asked me about from resume. I had done a live project. So they went that interview panel went too deep regarding that one. I was a little bit able to manage the things. So, but the second round was a very difficult, but I managed a little bit. This was my total experience. Thank you.
Sure.
Sangeeta
Anything
and
from
Ashma.
GB side? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I just want to tell that yeah, we have taken like marketing and finance specialization. So most of the students every time confused with that whether they have to go with the marketing area or the finance area. So be clear like in which field you want to go, either in finance or marketing, and build two
We will
resume.
discuss a little later.
Yeah,
Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt. Yeah, we will discuss a little later. There are
Okay,
few other
okay.
questions. Yeah, we'll carry on that. So I think GT people has covered their experience in the interview and apti round. So is there ready or so PwC people can start now with their experience in the whole procedure.
Okay, so basically for PwC, the process was pretty easy because there was no percent and there was also no group discussion. There were only two types of rounds. First of all, there was a aptitude round, which included questions related to English grammar. Then there was a Microsoft Excel related question related to Excel also, and logical reasoning, and some questions related to Indian tax. Then after people who were able to clear the apti round, we had the pre-placement talk. So the students who got selected were went for the second round. That was pre-placement talk, wherein they told about the company, and on the same day we had the interview also. So the interview was for 30 minutes each, and like in my case there were two interviewers who were like taking my interview. So when I went there, it was basically we had to introduce ourselves first of all. Like they introduced themselves, and then I introduced myself, and then they were asking all the basic questions of accounting, like what do you mean by trial balance, then what is the difference between trial balance and balance sheet. Then they were asking about the items that comes in the balance sheet, like on which side, whether it comes in the current liability side or the asset side. Then what are the golden rules of accounting. So they were basically asking all these basic questions. And then they went little bit on the economic side, like they asked me about the marginal cost and break even point, what are these. And after like answering all these questions, they asked a little bit of resume related question. Like in my resume it was written multitasking, so they asked me like you have written in your resume that you are multitasking, then can you prove it, how, like can you give reasons how you are multitasking. So you have to support your answer, not just you have to write that you are multitasking. You have to be ready with your answer also to support that whatever skills you have written. And then also they asked me, like, since they we already know that the location that they would give would be Bangalore and Kolkata, so they asked our preference, like for which location we want to go and why you want to choose that location. To also for if you are giving the location, like you want to work in Bangalore or Kolkata, then why are you giving? Like you have to support your answers also. So this was all the questions that they asked. I think Lakshmi Narayan Jogu can take it forward from here.
So I
Yeah,
want to add here, I want to add here, not the question. My point is, I have faced some audio issue. So, and I have a backup. So, at the very first of the interview, I faced that issue just after 5 minutes. So, they asked me, "Do you have any backup?" I said yes, and I asked the permission to make up the issue. So, I have used another device and go with the interview. At the last portion of the interview, they appreciate that you have not humbled here because you face a problem. So basically, you don't have to panic and just go with the flow. You may have a problem in this kind of online process, may not be in the offline process. So if there is an issue in your online process, you can just have to make your head cool and go with your question. Don't think what has happened. So it's not in your hand. So, but make sure there is another device so that can support you. And regarding to CV, you should not write anything what you want. If you go with 2 3 interview rounds, it will be clear for you. But same thing, you just don't write anything what you want. You have to prepare answer for every whatever you are writing in words. You have to ask yourself why you have written. So that's why just you need to answer everything. Another question in the suppose you are in the Bangalore and in the near Bangalore, but the interviewer asking you that should you go with the Kolkata location, because preferably student thought that if my hometown is Bangalore, I will choose Bangalore. But don't say yes, I will go with the Bangalore location only. So what I think is better that you should say I want to join the organization wherever in the position I can relocate. So that's not an issue. So it shows that you are very uh, very enthusiastic to the join the company. So that's an important issue from my side. Jogu, you can go ahead.
yeah. What I want to say is, what company is looking for, even you are looking for finance companies, right? So be thorough with your finance basics, like accounting basics and tax basics. If you are sitting for audit, then better you look audit basics. If you're looking for tax, you just need to understand what tax is and what are taxes in India. And even you are applying for US taxes, they don't ask about US taxation. They just ask about Indian taxation. What do you know actually? Even in our interview also they asked about uh, Indian taxation, and in that specifically in my interview they asked about capital gain and house property. So apart from this technical questions, they asked me one question: if you are given with the if your manager will give you 10 returns to file, how would you react? So this kind of situation you would expect from the interviewer point of view, and as Kirto rightly said, whatever you are writing in resume, you need to justify every point. Even in my case also, I have written some of the things related to internships, like filing of GST or filing of ITR return. They asked me about it. How would you manage that position? And how would you file a return? And also apart from this, I also did one certification course from Finlytics. They asked me regarding how what are the learnings from it. So yeah. And
Shreya, you want to add up to something? Yeah, Jogu, you can go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah, go ahead. You are audible.
Yeah, the thing that I faced during my interview was as I was the first one to get interviewed, so I was very much panic stricken. So the interviewer could recognize me and say me that are you tensed or what, need some water. So from my personal opinion, that be calm and settle and just be relaxed. So the questions that were asked to me were basic accounting questions, HR questions, technical questions related to basic accountancy, tax, and that's all. And the questions that were put to me were tell me about myself. The interviewer was very much keen about what the way I am narrating myself, because it is the first thing that gets connected. You are connecting with the recruiter for the first time, so having a sync that what you are narrating is very much important. So then the questions that were put to me where normal basic accounting questions like golden rules, pass the entries, like for outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, some situational questions like for accrued income, like I have not received the payment till December 2020, so how will you pass the general entry? And I have also received an amount the next month, like January 2021. So how will you pass the general entry? So general entry is must, and basic and some tax related questions like five heads. What are the five heads of income tax? Tax liability. What is tax liability? And some rapid fire questions like this, I borrowed goods for personal use, how will you pass the general entries? Manav paid advance of goods like 2000, on the order placed was rupees 1000, so pass the general entries. And how will you manage long hours of work? So these all the questions that were asked to me. So it was a mixture of moderate and difficult, moderate and hard type of thing. So from my point of view, if a candidate is thorough in with the basics of accounting, can easily go with the flow.
Yeah, and I would like to add a point to Shreya. So whoever is sitting for finance companies, they need to thorough with basics, irrespective of companies, either it may be Deloitte, GT, KPMG, or PwC. You need to thorough with your basics. It is must and should. Even if you are passing general entry, then you have to justify it until how it impacts the final accounts. You need to understand the general entry and the posting into ledger and into trial balance. Then after, how will you treat in final accounts? If you understand one common point here, how to connect with this, then you could able to crack the interview easily. And also, they will ask you some rapid fire questions, like for example bad debts, where which account it comes under. So like this is the interview went.
Also, I think since we the PwC people came in the month of March for the placement process, they asked me questions related to the Indian budget, which was newly came up. So I think that also becomes important. So like they asked me, do you know something about the Indian budget, which was like changed right now? So since I have gone to the Indian budget, I was able to tell them everything. So I think watching the like looking going with the Indian budget is also important.
So few questions I remember from my side. What is the Form 60? What are the APC deductions? What is the IT return? Five heads of income. Numericals like depreciation, deferred revenue tax, then asset liability, and like deferred revenue, deferred tax, deferred asset, deferred liability. What is the difference between trading account and manufacturing account? The basically what I have found that if you read only 11, 12, that is more than enough to answer their 95% of the question, but you have to read everything. Where will salary and wages will come, like what is the gap. No, they are not asking you the full form. Whenever there is something, there is an acronym they are asking, just don't put the full form of the acronym. Try to give a basic overview what about it. So the basic principle, depreciation method, and what the example for that, and journal entry. So if someone write a tally in their resume that they have the skill of tally, so they will ask questions from tally. What is TDS? Which one financial statement you will prefer to see? What are the cash flow activities, like what then cash flow statement activities, fringe benefit tax, what is PL appropriation account, and why trial balance prepared. So there this kind of question that I remember from my interview perspective. And the thing is, right, for what we get to know from any interview, finance related, this four. So basic 11, 12 is very much important, and you have to thorough about it. And if you don't know answer, don't panic. It's very much okay. So if you can give answer for 80% of their question, 80 to 90%, you are very good. But you have to be confident on that, and you have to able the cross question. They will be cross questioning, but you have to answer on that. If you are not able to answer on the cross question, so that is zero. So basically, if they are asking three questions, and that's within the cross question, but you are not able to answer two questions or one question on that cross question section, so it's basically go to zero. But don't panic. Make sure you give answer for rest of the question.
Adding to Tirtha's point, you are studying, like you can study 11, 12, but you need to understand how to apply it. Not only in perspective of reading, you just need to understand the concept and how they are applying, how it impacts profit and loss account or balance sheet.
Yeah, I think we are pretty thorough with the questions that's probably gonna ask and how to tackle them. So, right, we are now going with the basic. How to write a CV? What is the basic thing? I will say from the same order or the like. We can start with PwC also. So, how to write a CV? What are the things we should put, and what kind of format do we need to put our like, is there issue with the ATS? We should look for how the grammatical mistakes can be there. You can like put a light on it. Anyone can start with their experience regarding CV. How to build a CV. I think all three people can give very good answer because they have a very good importance in their CV writing, right? Uh, Whatever. Anyone want to start?
Yes,
Please go
I
ahead.
don't. But okay, I'll start from very basic thing. So according to me, like there was this one question, like in HR round, first round for my interview in Deloitte. So the first question was, please introduce yourself and tell me something about yourself which is not in your CV. So one thing which I would like give a tip about that: do not write your life in your CV. Just write what is important to get you a job in that company. And all of the CVs, like company wise, it would be different. So, if you are applying for a company, for example, Deloitte, so go for the values that Deloitte look forward to. Go for the mission and vision which they look forward to. What is their employee culture, and then according to that include those things in your CV. So all of the CVs would be unique according to the company and what they are looking for an employee which will be working for them. So that is one thing which I would say.
Any other input? Please go ahead. CV is very important thing. As I, at least what I know, if you are like really uh, wrote the point, like this is I think very important point. CV, about CV. I think please go ahead with your input.
Yeah, I would like to add and say that you should never lie in your CV. People try to make their CV very attractive and they start lying. So that doesn't help in interview. Like interviewer knows that the people is lying and just fooling around. So that is one thing, and the other is for everything you write in the CV, there should be a story. It should be backed up by a story. Suppose if you are a leader in a particular project, so there should be a story that I tackled this problem, I solved this problem. This was a complex scenario that we had. So that really helps in the interview.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, so I will go ahead with my sub question. So, how to prepare your mindset? Like, suppose one person is not get into Deloitte, which is the very first company that came to our campus. If we look at the perspective, so if someone not selected in his dream company, suppose it's Deloitte, so how to prepare the mindset to get into the very next company? Anyone can answer that. Please go ahead. I prefer daylight people should not answer that.
I would like to answer this as I didn't got selected in Deloitte, so I was really very much panic stricken. So my feedback for this is keeping the mindset calm is very much important. Don't feel disheartened if you are not selected in the company that you dreamed of. So you will be there are doors like if you are not getting selected in one company, so there must be a company for you which you are apt. So don't feel disheartened. So try to prioritize the things or the difficult or the drawbacks that you faced. So jot down the things that you felt like it is a thing that I should improve. Improvising the thing is the only way to how you can crack. So that's all.
Anyone from KPMG want to answer this question? Babita, Sakshi, anyone? Preeti, you can.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, you people would be very disheartened if they don't get there, and moreover, I would say that most people doesn't get into Deloitte is due to the technological downside. So you need to have a very good headphone. If possible, I would suggest have a version trial pack and practice. We didn't do that, but if more and practice more and more, then only you can get there. But no worries if you don't get into Deloitte. Other companies are equal. They all are Big 4 and the work are same. Moreover, the people who get into Deloitte they switches to other three. That is very much that is very much comfortable. I would say that is easy. So don't be disheartened. If you want to be in finance, I would say just practice the basics and try for any of the big four. That's it.
So, what are the basic skill one should put in their CV? And how to
Basic,
justify that? Like, suppose one is putting that I have a team building skill or I am very good at Excel and or the PowerPoint or Outlook. Like, how to justify their answer and to what extent they can say that okay, yes, I should put it in my CV.
I would agree with Preeti that it shouldn't be a lie. If you're putting any skill set, I would say that practice that and then add that. And if you have added it, just practice it before the interview so that you have something as a proof to add. If someone is also writing their hobby as swimming or dancing, whatever it is, just be sure that you are doing that. Just I would say that don't lie about it. And for CV skill set, they mainly look into that Excel and basic finance courses which we do from Udemy or FinLatex. They ask questions from there as well. For example, I have done quite certain live projects of finance, so they ask me questions from there. What have you learned from there? So, if you are learning something, make a note of it. Frame 5 or 10 sentences that you are going to add on this topic. Like every line of your CV should be backed by 5 more answers, which should prove that yes, you have done it. So that is how it should be prepared, and should not be lengthy. It should be short and crisp. 2 pages is enough, I think.
Okay, so I'm going ahead with another question from anyone can answer. Okay, so as most of the from the finance and marketing, and suppose one have done a academic project on marketing subject, or per se it's not a finance subject, finance portion. So how one should justify that, and should one put a finance project in their CV to justify that they are very much into finance, and how to answer in the interview round. So
Even I was asked this question that your specialization is marketing. Why didn't you go into marketing? Why are you in finance? Why did you choose marketing? So my answer to that was like marketing is everywhere in every job role. So I also spoke the truth that IBA has quite a good reputation in marketing. So I answered that due to the good reputation of marketing courses of IBA, I chose it, and also marketing job is everywhere. Like even in finance, there would be some part of sales. So I said that, and they were very happy with that answer.
So anyone else want to answer this question? I think this is very important for IB people, because most of the finance people go with the marketing. From our batch only, there is some people who are also in B. But still, this is very important, I think. What will be your academic project? Like if you have not done also, so should you include academic project, or should one do a academic project only because of your CV? Is this important? Kind of. Please answer, anyone.
According, see, the similar question was for me. My academic project was more into marketing, and like I think the topic was related to some current trends in TikTok or something. So, and my specialization does not even include marketing. So I covered it up saying that I did not think of getting, I always had a plan to get into finance, but I'm not a complete finance person. Like even though I have my interest in finance, but I have other interests too. So like that's what I think. Like even though I don't think you should do an academic project, or like not include your academic project just because it is not in that particular field. You could always cover up saying that that is what you were really interested to and wanted to know more about that, and like just say that. Yeah.
So should one put a academic related to finance, or not? Just only like marketing will do the work. If can
No,
answer correctly.
whatever you have, I think you should put everything on the table. If it's academic related, if it's extracurriculars, then you should like sort it out and what is not. And also like courses wise, if you have done any marketing courses, I don't think for a finance job it is like supporting, right? And if it is supporting and if you have a nice backup to your answer, then you should always put it up. So whatever it is you are putting in your CV, you should always have an answer
For that. Yeah.
question.
Very true. Thank you. I will go ahead with the question that our juniors has asked. Uh, I I am having 58.6% in undergraduate. Will it affect my selection process in eligibility criteria? So, what's the answer for that? Like 58.6. I think it will cross the PwC at least for the previous year wise, and Deloitte also. Maybe will not cross KPMG and GT. This is right.
Yes,
Good.
because there are criteria up to 60%. Like
On GT, right?
one
Yes.
person has to have 60% to apply for the GT.
So for KPMG also, is there anything like
I
60%?
think for KPMG the criteria is the same as PwC and Deloitte.
Okay, so
No, it was
basically,
55 this year.
Okay.
55. Okay,
Okay,
so this person can go
see it's
ahead.
the safe side for KPMG,
So
Deloitte and PwC.
right. So for the Deloitte and PwC, one can go ahead with more than 50%. For KPMG, that is 55%, and for GT, it's 60%. So basically, this person who asks 58.6, you cannot go ahead with the GT round, and except that you can go ahead with any kind of round.
But then again, this it was this year, so maybe next year it could
Yeah,
change.
subject to change. Right. So second query is want to know the process of interview already done. Queries you have Deloitte and GT. What is the portion for aptitude? What is the portion for aptitude? Can you just give a brief again, anyone, please? Just a brief, whatever you have spoken.
For accounts or like finance part, your basics should be very clear. Also, like your graduation, like brush up on the topics, on various topics, taxes, like markets, just everything about finance. Brush up on so that if question comes about LR. LR is like if you do from, I think India Books is a good site to do LR from. And there, it is not only from one specific, like there was sitting arrangement, permutation, combination, all of the topics were covered. So, yeah.
So how to crack version? That's very well explained by Harsha, Vinny, and Babita in the last half. So I will not go with this question again. So what are the requirements for the interview and what is the difficulty level? We have covered pretty much about that. What is the quality or particular thing which these companies look for in the result? Okay. So is there anything that a company look for, like suppose in the 10th that is 90% and 12 it suddenly comes down to 60 to 65%, and in the college it has reduced, or vice versa, like someone has less marks in like HS and then again a good marks in math. So is there anything you want to say about this point? So there is a trend that has created in your marks.
This question can surely come in the interview, but the answer to, like, how do you answer it is the main thing. If you there is a decrease in the marks, you can say that I had other interest, or I realized that it was not for me. You can show the positive part of it, and if it's increasing, then you can show it. I had a desire to improve myself, and it is how you show yourself to the interview.
Anyone else want to give some point on this?
Again, like as Preeti said, that question is pretty much like will be coming if your marks are suddenly decreasing. If it's increasing, it might not, but if it's decreasing, it might. So be prepared for the answers beforehand, and like you should always be prepared for some basic questions like why company or why do you want this job role. So these are the some basic few questions. You should always be prepared. You should not be surprised if the question comes.
So PGDM marks really care about the companies really care about the PGDM marks, as when Deloitte comes, it's only the first trimester, right? So is there anything you can want to throw some light? PGDM marks really help on it, or is there any criteria about PGDM marks?
I think marks don't matter, but it's recommended that the CGPA should be above 6. Like, I feel that is the like that's give a good impression that your CGPA is better, but it doesn't, like if you have 8 CGPA or 9 CGPA, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets a chance to sit for the interview, and there should not be any backlog. That's the main thing.
Yeah, cool. So
I would like to add one thing that if your CGPA is good, you can say that see I have done this activities, but I have not allowed it to affect my studies. So I can multitask and manage everything at the same time. So you can say that.
okay, so basically glorifying the skill as well as the time management. You can put that in your CV and give the example of that, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So from certification course, as Babita has said that from the Udemy courses, anything apart from that, like certification course, and should one do an course that everyone is doing? Is that help or how interviewer looks about that? Like if there is a one basic course that everyone has done, so should one put that or go ahead with that with their perfect answers? How to tackle this kind of question? Should I reframe the question? I think
I would like to say for like KPMG, the certification courses were not important. They did not ask anything about the certification courses you have done, but you can do courses to gain knowledge. And if you're doing a course, if you're putting it in the CV, you should be sure. If it's Excel, you should know everything about Excel. It is, they don't know the content of the course you have done. So they can ask you any question related to that particular matter, that particular topic on which you have done the course. So that is that, and you can always do a free course from CFI. So yeah.
okay. So anyone else want to?
I agree with Preeti because, like, I also feel that I have also mentioned many certifications in my resume, but they didn't ask any of the questions from that. But that doesn't mean that it would not happen in future. They can ask in future, or if they come again, they might ask what you did in this certification. So if you are doing it, you have to be like well aware what you have learned in that, and you should be able to explain like what you have done in that certification course.
So basically, putting all the certification will not help. Put one or two certification
Yes, one
and
or two is enough. You don't have to put an entire history. Only the main things is there.
people nowadays are basically doing 8 to 10 whatever they are getting it free or with a minimum amount, but there
Yes.
one should not put that, right?
If they're putting everything, then they should be aware of everything. Like they
Yeah,
should
but
be well
that's
aware.
a very much complex. The
Yeah.
CV will be very much complex and very hard to crack. I think on that.
Your CV should not be like of 3 or 4 pages. 2 pages are enough. So in that 2 pages, you have to plan how to adjust everything.
Okay, so I think this is the last question that we had. What is if someone has done an internship on marketing domain, and the CV also like justify that he has done in the marketing domain the internship. So how to tackle in this four finance interviews? If anyone of you have done of marketing uh, internship, and how you tackle that, and what kind of question they ask if you are going for a finance company. Please go ahead, whoever want to. Anyone want to take that answer? Suppose you have done an internship in marketing domain, how you should tackle in your finance interview?
You mean to say like if he has not done any finance internship and he's sitting for
Yeah,
finance
internship
interview?
basically the summer internship is for one can do in a one company, right? So if he or
I
she has
feel
done,
according to me, I feel according to me, doing one internship in finance is important because Like if you're also doing an internship in marketing, then the recruiter might think that you are interested more towards marketing. So I think it is recommendable to have one finance internship so that they are able to ask questions from internship related also.
Anyone else want to give some point there?
Yeah, I would like to add one thing. I have done my internship in finance, but I still remember the answer that my senior told. He said he did his internship in marketing, and when he was asked this question, he said that if I could do so good in marketing, imagine what I can do in finance. So it is not. It is very difficult to find a finance internship first of all. So if you are doing an internship in marketing, you can say about the financial, what the financial aspect you learned, or you can always say something. You can give an answer that my senior gave. So there is no such thing that you have to have an internship in finance.
Right. So basically, this is not a issue that in the interview that can arise that you have done a marketing internship. Basically, for every question, you have to prepare an answer. Whatever you have
Yeah.
write, you have to give an answer.
Yeah,
And
even here in the meeting, there are a lot of people who have done an internship in finance. Still, they are placed in Big 4. So I don't think that's a problem. And as you were talking about preparing an answer, I think that over preparing is nothing when it comes to placement. You should always, start answering the common questions so that you can direct how the interview will go. So you will take a lead in the interview process. You should always have the answers to the common question like what is your weakness, what is your failure, what is your greatest, greatest achievement. You can always have answers to it.
yeah, it's not also important to prepare like you have to write all the questions. So 80 to 90% is fair enough to go ahead with your interview round. So you don't have to panic if you don't know two to three answer. Basically, whenever you are giving an answer, try to give the cross question answer also the same time. So they don't question you again on that topic. So basically, you are diverting them, right? Uh, I yeah, I have also like applied that. You should do that because it shows that you know what kind of thing this is. Like suppose as have Nagarjuna also told, if they are asking a depreciation entry or any kind of journal entry, you should also put the what the financial, the effect in the financial statements. Uh, so it is very much important. If you like put all your answer in a single question, that is very much important. And for telling me about yourself, you should not be too long or not too short. You don't. You have to memorize everything, but don't just speak anything. Like I think tell me about yourself is very much because it gives you the first impression to the interviewer, right? Anything
Yeah,
else?
and then there is like, why should you hire me? Why this company? Why in this company? The thing is very important to understand what the company's value are. So, for me, it was like KPMG. So, I said that, I believe that KPMG will help me grow in the career and also I relate to their values of integrity and honesty. And, I'll be surrounded, it will help me to grow myself. I'll be surrounded with the people who are best in the business. So, you can always say that questions. You can always, be prepared. Don't say that, yeah, if the salary is good, it is a Big 4 company, don't be so gentle.
So thank you everyone for your time. Hope juniors will get a pretty much help from quite a exhaustive like round. It's almost like 1.5 hours, right? So thank you very much for your time. It's pretty much appreciated. Thank you. Good night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Prithviraj, for
Thank you,
organizing it.
Prithviraj.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Bye,
Yeah,
everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Good night.